Hey there, everybody. How's it going? This is the nWbro, and today we're going to do the kind of first initial podcast video here. We're going to talk about the Royal Rumble for 2020. The Royal Rumble is always my favorite pay-per-view that comes up for the WWE every year, so I like to kick off our YouTube channel with that. Really, we have some kind of odd matchups, I guess you could say, in this 2020 Royal Rumble. You have a weird one like a Shorty G versus Sheamus. I don't know where that came from. Shorty G, they're still sticking with this like it's going to be good. Weird that they actually think it could work out. Sheamus has made his return as kind of the old Celtic warrior with his traditional look. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. I'm assuming Sheamus is probably going to end up winning that one, but we'll kind of see. Now, I don't want to do too much of a spoiler thing where I try to go down who I think is going to win each match. Obviously, that will change depending on what happens on SmackDown on Friday. But right now, the matches that we have lined up are the traditional men's Royal Rumble match, where you have 30 men go in, and we know number one is going to be Brock Lesnar. And of course, you also have the women's Royal Rumble. Then you have the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan for the goofy as hell looking WWE Universal Championship. You also have Becky Lynch, the champion, versus Asuka, who has been criminally underused ever since she had to take the pin and lose her title to Charlotte last year before WrestleMania. That is for the Raw Women's Championship. You also have Roman Reigns versus King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I couldn't tell you how much I do not care about that match, even though King Corbin has gotten a lot of heat. Also, the Shorty G versus Sheamus match. It's just a plain old singles match. Nothing interesting about that. Then you also have Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Bayley is going in there as the champion, and she has the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. And Lacey Evans inevitably has been turned into a face, and it's actually working out pretty well. I like seeing the bad side of Bayley right now, but Lacey Evans is doing pretty well as a face, even though she was a good heel. And you also have a recent announcement of Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. This is, of course, coming off the steam of Monday night when Humberto ended up kind of helping out Rey Mysterio during their ladder match, which is actually a pretty good ladder match. And it was a good ladder match for a Monday Night Raw, which we're not used to seeing. Now, we have kind of some of the announcements, at least, for the men's Royal Rumble. This is really about the Royal Rumble card. I'll go over kind of who I think is going to win. But more importantly, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble itself. Right now, we have a good amount of competitors. These are the ones that have been announced so far for the match. We have Brock Lesnar, who, of course, is going in at number one for some reason. Then you have Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, Eric Rowan, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio Jr., Ricochet, one of my absolute favorites, Drew McIntyre, Elias, King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Otis and Tucker, and you have Rusev, Bobby Lashley, Aleister Black, who I hope makes a lot of noise, Buddy Murphy, a new tag team champion, Braun Strowman, Shinsuke Nakamura, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe. These are the ones that we have so far for the matchup, and it's shaping up to be pretty decent, actually. Now, that's 22 of the 30 entrants, so that's 8 surprises we potentially have. Sure, we'll probably only have like 2 surprises, but you never know. It could be cool. I know there's a lot of rumors going on right now about the idea of Edge possibly being cleared. I know a lot of people still won't shut up about CM Punk. I think anyone who puts money on CM Punk showing up, I think you're going to lose your money very quickly. So it's not even worth doing it, personally. Now, those are just the entrants for the men's Royal Rumble. We also have the women's Royal Rumble. Right now, we have 4 people that are for sure announced. We have Charlotte Flair, we have Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Sarah Logan. Now, 3 of those people I care about. The 4th one, spoiler alert, is Sarah Logan. She's going to lose. Yeah, that Royal Rumble, I don't know how that's going to shape up. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte Flair just ended up winning, because I don't know if they have anything for anyone in particular. Mandy's been treading water. Her and Sonya they've mostly been doing calendars and stuff, so I don't know if they're moving forward. It would be really cool, though, if that was Shayna Baszler's opportunity to come up and win the Rumble and challenge right away for the title. She would actually be a really good opposite for Becky Lynch. I could see that going down. Now, in this like cockamamie kind of scenario I have laid out, I would love for Shayna to come up, beat Becky Lynch for the title at WrestleMania, and then after Ronda Rousey is done playing Mother, she can come back and challenge Shayna Baszler as a face, and they can go back and forth for a little while. Now, Becky would be out of that title picture, but perhaps she would be, moved against Bayley in SmackDown or something like that, just to keep her kind of in the mainstream face here. So I think that would be kind of good there. So that's how I could see that shaping out. Without even knowing the other 26 competitors, I could see Shayna Baszler being the winner. Like, I would put money on Shayna winning right now. The only other person I could see winning it is probably Charlotte Flair, just because they don't know what to do. Now going to the more exciting one, probably the men's one. This could be a series of competitors that could realistically win the Royal Rumble matchup. I mean, Brock Lesnar, of course, is a big favorite. I can't imagine they would let him win just because he is going in at number 1. He's being really cocky about it. It would be pretty cool if he was taken out at number 2 or taken out by number 2. Maybe like number 2 would be, I don't know, maybe they want to bring back Goldberg or something. That would be kind of funny considering how that whole series happened about 2 years ago. And Goldberg really needs to redeem himself after just that total piece of crap matchup against The Undertaker at the Super Showdown this past summer. So that'd be a good way to kind of like fix that up a little bit at least. Then you also could have something different. I think you could have Ricochet have some cool spots. I mean, oh yeah, on this list, Kofi Kingston's not here, and he's pretty much guaranteed to be one of the entrants, so I guess we're down to 7. Aleister Black has been crushing people. That would be cool to see that. Braun Strowman's probably going to get a few toss-outs. Kevin Owens is actually a really good one. I think Kevin Owens could be thrust into that spot. Seth is probably going to do some Weasley heel stuff, but really, when you think about who's going to win the actual match, I think it comes down to one person that we've been waiting to be thrust into the spotlight for a long time. They're finally making him a face and a headliner. I think that is going to be Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre is a wrestler that I gotta admit, I don't really care all that much about. Obviously, he is good. He's got the look. He's big. He exudes what Vince McMahon would want. All we've heard Vince McMahon wants for such a long time. I think finally, now that he's kind of over as a face, he's only coming to the WWE as a heel up until this point. I actually thought his work with Ziggler was really good, but at this point, now he's finally got momentum as a face. I think they've wanted him as a face champion for a good while. So he is one of the few people that realistically, as a monster, could probably go up against Brock Lesnar, and it makes sense. Now, the reason why I don't love it is, if Brock Lesnar holds the title, I would have to see him and Brock go at it. It'd be an okay match. It wouldn't be a great match, probably. Maybe they'd have to spice it up with a stipulation or something like that, but I could see him winning, and I definitely think if you're going to put money down, Drew McIntyre is the guy that you should expect to win the whole thing. Although I would really love if Edge popped in there and stuck around for a really long time. We know that Daniel Bryan was told he would never come back, and only a couple years later he was able to rehab and get back into the ring. So it's very possible that Edge would be able to as well. So if I had to give a pick at this exact moment, this is Tuesday, January 21st, my pick for the men's Rumble is going to be Drew McIntyre, and my pick for the women's Royal Rumble is Shayna Baszler. That is without her even being announced as someone who's in the Rumble, but I am betting that she is going to end up being the winner of that. And if we run through the other matches, just for the sake of curiosity, Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo. I'm going to go with Andrade because I think Andrade is very good. I think him and Zelina are very entertaining. They're finally getting some attention. The only scary thing is that the WWE really likes Humberto, and they're trying to find a way to get him over. Winning the US title probably is a good way to do it. Bayley versus Lacey Evans. I think Bayley's doing okay with the title, so they probably won't give it to Lacey Evans. I think Lacey actually should have won the title from Becky Lynch this past summer, and I think that window has been missed for at least right now. So I think Bayley's going to win that one. Shorty G versus Sheamus. I know they like the Shorty G thing, but Sheamus just returned, and Sheamus is Sheamus. So Sheamus is going to end up winning that one pretty cleanly, I think. Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin. King Corbin. I have to say, I think Roman is going to take the pin on that one, actually. I think he's going to lose. I think King Corbin's going to come out, and he has ultra heat. People don't even understand the kind of heat that King Corbin has at this point. They go like, oh, I'm so tired of Corbin. Or like, man, he should never be king of the ring. It's like, that's why he should be king of the ring, because you don't want him to be king of the ring. I used to really hate him. It was actually because of his hair. But now that he shaved his head and he's doing the king gimmick, it's actually working really well. Becky Lynch versus Asuka. I would love for Asuka to be the winner, but that's just not going to happen. It's going to be Becky Lynch for sure. Asuka right now has the titles with Kairi Sane, the best elbow in the business. And, it's just not going to be enough for her to be able to take the title from Becky Lynch. So that's going to be a big old W for Becky. And then we have the Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Daniel Bryan. Now, this is a strap match, but that doesn't really matter. It's going to be a great match. I mean, these two are incredible, to be quite frank. I'm a little sad Daniel Bryan cut his hair. But that's okay. He's still got his wrestling skills. He's not like Samson or anything. It's going to be a great match. It's going to go pretty well, but ultimately the Fiend has to win, I think. If the Fiend is going to lose, it has to be something really special. Now, the WWE, I'm a little upset with them because I think making the Fiend the champion basically wrote themselves into a corner with a lot of matches against him because he can't lose. But like, if he loses in any way that makes sense, unless he's like ambushed by everybody, it's bad. It's bad. You kind of like, you're neutering the character, because the Fiend should be this unstoppable monster. Like, only Brock Lesnar should be able to sort of compete with him, or some kind of legend like Taker. So if he were to end up losing to Daniel Bryan here, that'd be a huge blow, and I think that would be massive. So I'd have to say Bray Wyatt's going to win that. So I think I'm going to be perfect, actually, in my predictions. I think I'm going to be 100% perfect. If you disagree, let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, because there's a lot to kind of unpack. And again, we still have till Sunday, and right now it's only Tuesday. So SmackDown could change a lot of things for this championship here. What do you think? Who's going to end up winning the Royal Rumble? Do you think it's going to be Drew McIntyre? Do you think it's going to be a fun guy like Ricochet, who has popped himself out of there a little bit? I don't know. Let me know down below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you about this, and see if we have a little bit of a disagreement, and we could chat a little bit in the comment section. But that's going to do it. Hope you all have an amazing day, everybody. You take care. Goodbye.